I guess that's what I'm feeling up to, doing this. Now, if you manage to click here through a Twitter or Facebook page, you already know that this video is about setting yourself up for success. What's good, everyone? It's summertime and I'm wearing a hoodie. No excuses. This is the best way to sweat. It's to work out in a hoodie. You know, I haven't looked at myself on the scale yet for today, but of course I'm not looking for miraculous results. I may even step back a little, you know. But again, it's not about the numbers, it's how I'm feeling. You know, how healthy do I feel right now? And I feel great. Just got out of a workout, you know, kicked my ass as it should. And I feel great. And I'm still working towards my goal, but I'm not letting every little failure slow me down or stop me. It's very easy to quantify your success on the numbers of how much weight you've lost, when really you should be quantifying it to how much you can do now. You know, how much can you do since starting? You know, never in a million years would I have dreamed that I'd be able to keep up pace when it comes to running, or, you know, climb up stairs without completely collapsing on the second floor, you know. So I'm definitely quantifying it to how much I can do now and how good I feel right after, and how much work I'm putting into the gym, you know. And that's just gonna go into every day. And one thing I keep hearing that is finally making sense to me is having a mission statement. It's to stating what you want and how it aligns with your core values and beliefs. Because when times get tough, that's going to be the rock you lean on. That's going to be the rock that's going to help you out and pull you out of, you know, whatever pit of misery you happen to be in, you know. Because it's easy to fall in and stay there when you don't have a mission statement, when you don't know your purpose, when you don't know what you want. And I don't care if you're sitting there saying, well, I can't think of one. Well, get out there and live. Get out there and live and find your purpose. You know, me, I have multiple purposes. Is this the right way? I don't know. Time will tell if I'm a failure, if I'm a fool. But for now, I have a lot of different mission statements, you know. In general, I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to keep working. And get yourself a mission statement. I can't stress that enough. And I'll see you guys in. Bit of a preview that I got here. Ribeye steaks. Yes. What did I season this with? I seasoned it with, hold on a sec, give me one quick second. Kept it very simple with, try to focus, chimichurri seasoning. And of course, just your regular iodized salt. Iodized, people, not the non-iodized stuff. It's affordable, it's iodized, meaning it's a little better for you. But you want to be easy when it comes to salt, because having too much, it creates water retention, and then, you know, you end up bloating 10 pounds unexpectedly. So. Hello, universe. My name is Gary Medina, and I don't know why I'm making this so formal. I just realized this should be kind of the follow-up of after the workout of that day. You're like Simba, you're about to fall over. But so, you know, obviously I jumped up in the numbers a little bit, and it may have to do something with my diet. I'm used to like eating one meal a day and then just kind of relying on the calories from that, but I'm starting to realize that it's kind of messing up my metabolism. So that might explain why, you know, I jump up whenever I happen to eat a little too much. But I'm generally trying to
keep the calorie count low, I might have to convert to a small portion multiple times a day. Um, Maybe I'll get more technical and study up more on nutrition. I try to keep it with keto or keto, however you want to pronounce it, and I generally stick with that diet, and it's what's got me to the results that I am right now. But I feel like I'm at a point where I definitely need to switch things up, definitely need to change things around. Uh, Maybe cut down on the kinds, because the way I've heard a theory where, like, if you eat a lot of, not a lot, but if you are regular with your cholesterol and fat, as long as you use it whenever you're working out, it's generally a good thing. I might have to just cut down on that entirely. I'm not sure. But one of the main things I wanted to talk about is kind of, I mean, the stuff that I know, the stuff that I know for sure, and that's the feeling, the kind of dropping feeling whenever you go back. And I've said this already earlier, but for me, it's not about the numbers anymore. It's about how I'm feeling, and whether I feel stronger or more athletic for sure. I still would like to get to my goal, but I try not to put too much emphasis on the numbers themselves, because I drink water and then I bump up 5 pounds in a matter of a few hours. So generally, I'm not going to pay attention to the numbers, but there's kind of this overwhelming sense of going backwards. You put in all this effort and it just doesn't come out the way you expect it to. And I think a lot of life has to be, a lot of life kind of fits in with that as well. And I think that's what discourages a lot of people from continuing, is the fact that you put in all this work, you put in all this effort, only for it to revert back, and it makes you want to kind of readjust and redo some things. And from a tactical sense, I could see that working out just fine. But I feel when it comes to matters like this, where you're constantly improving, you kind of have to just take the failures and just kind of roll with it. I mean, it's good to plan, for sure. Readjust your plans, but don't ever quit. Don't ever quit. I guess I should just get into the meat and potatoes of the whole matter. You can't have potatoes. For the past few days or so, it hasn't been the easiest. I haven't been recording as much as I should. Just kind of dealing with my own things, and coming to some realizations on my own that things are going to change, and if I want them to change for the better, I have to swim with the current. I can't keep fighting against the current. I have to accept the changes that are going to happen, and with that, it's one of those things, like, you have to kind of adapt to the changes coming to you, but deep down inside, what's in your core should always stay the same. And if you don't have a mission statement, if you don't have a founding principle to ground yourself to, you're only going to get swept up by the current. When you have that idea, that foundation, that mission statement, when you have that, generally you're going to look back to it. See, the things I think about whenever I get down, whenever life just gets way too difficult, the things I always go back to is three things: my mission statement, what I set out to do in the first place; my origin, where I came from and how far I've come since then; and finally, what I'm grateful for. I think that's also extremely important. When you're grateful and you remember what you're grateful for in the present, even if you're not feeling the best mood and it's kind of manipulating your brain into thinking that everything is just going wrong, you have to take the moment to remember what you're grateful for. I'm grateful for the support I have from my friends and family. I'm grateful for the fact that I have the intelligence to move things around and kind of step back and kind of plan ahead. I'm grateful that all of my limbs work, because I went to the gym with my sister. Well, we go as much as we can, just about every day. One day there was a gentleman who was in there who was working out. He didn't have the use of his legs. He was in a wheelchair, but he was still getting in and putting in the work. And that really solidified to me that there are no excuses. We can complain about leg day all we want, but there's a gentleman who doesn't even have legs, and he's in there. He's busting out the weights. You know, obviously he's doing upper body workouts, but the fact that he's still there and putting work in, that really solidified for me that there are no excuses to hard work. It'll get hard. There'll be days where I doubt everything, but it's in those days I have to remember those three things: my mission statement, my origins, and what I'm grateful for. And if this reaches you out somehow, I want you to remember that when you remember those three things, when things get really hard, you're gonna push through. Because the way I see it, reality is very much a sliding scale of things always happening, and bad days as well as good days will pass. They'll come and they'll go, and all you have to do. Now there's like a whole thing. I might have to start a whole new series where I just talk about my own philosophies and whatnot. But to keep it simple, the best attitude to have, in my opinion, is to pray for the sun, prepare for the rain. And yeah. See, it's so easy, like 8 minutes, just like that, just kind of spilling out my thoughts. In general, to sum it all up, it's going to be a long climb for me. I prepared for it. Well, I've accepted it. I've accepted that it's not going to happen as quickly as I thought, but as long as I keep pushing, keep believing, remember my three core things, I'll make it. And if you're out there watching, if you're not happy with where you are in life, I hope you remember that too when you decide to put that first foot forward into doing something brand new with your life. So, well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys for being here. Stay safe, love yourself, and stay strong.